Uranium stocks recovered overnight, some as high as 27%. I'm going to go over exactly why in this video. As I said in my last video, uranium stocks are very volatile and uranium is still very cheap right now. We have a lot of breaking news coming out, a lot of positive things for uranium. And I also want to go over a couple commodities that are also seeing record highs. And this points that uranium is going to also see possibly a record high in 2022. Hit that like and subscribe button below. We got to get these numbers up on this channel, just like we got to get the uranium price up. As you all know, I've been covering uranium for a while, and it is one of my favorite commodities, favorite stock sectors out there. And you can see these are the Australian stocks right here. We saw a majority of them, at least 6 to 10 to 12% in some of these. And this was on pretty, low volume. It's not like we're seeing record volume yet come into the market. But if you look over at US uranium stocks or the US listings, this was yesterday. We saw 27% in some of these and filled 21% in 4Cs. GoVX was 18%, Western 17%, Global Atomic 14%. Now, what was it, that did this? Well, there wasn't really crazy amounts of volume, like I said, but the US is looking for their new small modular reactors, they're looking to make this new HALEU fuel. And I've been saying this for a while. Senator Manchin, he's very pro-nuclear. He's a Democrat, and they are looking to buy more uranium and create this fuel for these new SMRs, small modular reactors. So, this is very positive, and we're starting to see news out there. U.S. government to take steps to acquire more uranium for nuclear power. So, these are very positive things. But if you look over here, we talked about it yesterday, natural gas. It hit another record high in Europe, European natural gas. We saw 707% today. And as you see, the price is, going up just in a record volume, this parabolic move here. But you saw this, the higher the price gets, the more this is going to move. This was 640% yesterday. Now it's 707. That's what those compounding gains will do. That's why uranium is so parabolic once the price gets over what it can be for producers to really start producing. And we're going to see, even higher numbers, I think, with uranium next year. But, we saw all of pretty much the commodities energy related up, at least 45%, including uranium here, 46%. And, there's no stopping this. Europe, they're trying to do what they can do. I think England, they're raising, the interest rates just slightly, but it's not really going to do anything. Same thing here. UK natural gas. Look at this. This is insane. This is the, 25-year chart as far as back as it can go. And you can see this is not normal, you all. This is not normal. Uranium is going to do the exact same thing. If we look at uranium, there's just a slight move, and it's because the long-term contracts we see, we're slightly just off what we were in 2013, like the end of 2013. So, this is a big move we've already seen, but it's nothing where we need it to be. Uranium is going to, in my opinion, in 2022, see the record run, and it could break last uranium bull market's record. And there's just too many positive catalysts out there to, look at uranium sector. There's, not only support around the world, but it's really an Eastern play. The East is looking to build 150 nuclear reactors in the next 10 to 15 years. They need supply beforehand. We've got record spot market volume with Sprott Physical Uranium Trust. We've got Kazatomprom doing the same. They're building new storage facilities for this nuclear fuel. And remember, this is a multi-year cycle. The multi-year cycle just to get this fuel. It's not like natural gas where they have these lines and they can, pump it out, pretty quickly. This is something different than anything, okay? Really any commodity out there. It's the only one really like it. And that's why these uranium stocks bounce back so fast. So the thing is that, like I said, the volume was not that much in trading in these stocks yesterday. Now, if we get a real record amount of volume, because look at this, 467,000 507 volume for Anfield, but it was only trading 8 cents. It's nothing. These stocks move dramatically. Now, a lot of these, uranium stocks, a lot of them, they do have pounds in the ground, but they don't necessarily, it doesn't mean they're going to get into production very quickly. And they're still moving, as you can see. The opportunities here, if you look at the 52-week high percentage, how much down uranium stocks are, that's why you see a lot of negativity. A lot of people, they were probably, even long-term traders, they were trying to swing trade it. They probably thought that it was going to continue to run, and they got out and got back in. They probably went, a little heavy in, certain stocks, and a lot of those are down the past few months, but it does not mean that they can't go up. Look at this, 27% in a day. This is just normal for uranium. That's the crazy thing. I think we're going to see another positive move today. It looks like the markets are still up. Pre-market here, you can see a lot of the bigger uranium stocks, they are up pre-market, and we're seeing the overall stock market still at that record high percentages. It's very positive out there, and if you don't think that uranium is going to go up, you just got to look at everything else compared to it in the sector. In the energy commodities, you can see everything is up. Pretty much everything is up higher than uranium just this year. Okay, we're seeing 40% moves in the natural gas there in Europe in the last month. Okay, so a lot of these are still down in the last month. 18% on natural gas here in the US. They're really trying to combat it, so prices don't go as high. It's the government really trying to stop, inflation in any ways they can. But these companies are going to have to raise their gas prices, their fuel prices, everything. Uranium is going to have to go up. So when the utility companies come back for contracting or go into the spot market and really start buying, you're going to see uranium run like crazy. And I can't say this enough. Trying to trade the stocks on a daily basis, you can see how crazy they can get. With me, I really think the best gains are going to be long term, because trying to time this is super hard. Okay, swing trading, might be a little bit easier. But day trading this, it's crazy hard. The volatility in it, how liquid or not liquid the stocks are, in a sense, the spreads are just too high. Trying to get into some of these OTC stocks, if a good amount of volume comes in, they might push some of these stocks, say like Anfield, the volume is only 400,000. If you saw a record, volume like it saw earlier this year, the stock might go over 20 cents. You never know, a couple 100% even, maybe even higher during that week's run. So there is definitely big upside. I think that as the, 2022 comes into fruition, and these fuel buyers come into possibly buying uranium again in the long-term contracts, we're going to see big runs. And a lot of people that sold out in uranium, they're going to come back. They're gonna, that's just the human mentality. They're gonna want to buy back into this. So there's a lot of money sitting on the sideline. I have cash myself, that I've sold off some other investments as well. And I eventually want to be pretty much all in uranium stocks, whether it's the stock itself or physical uranium. I want to be all in when the price really starts to run, when it breaks over the production price that these companies need to get into production. That's where I want to be very heavy in uranium. Not leveraged, but just pretty much all in. And eventually I will get there. But with the market the way it is right now, I want 2022 to come, and I want to see what the market's going to do. I think January is going to be really good. A lot of this tax loss selling has happened. People are starting to see that the big boogeyman, things aren't as bad, as it seems, in a sense, for, the reasons the market went down. They can see that the government's just going to continue to print money, not on their watch. I don't think they want the market to crash on their watch. There will be another, elections coming up. So, those things are what I have on my radar for uranium stocks. Very positive. The US government is very positive on looking to, buy uranium, possibly store it, the fuel, and also create it. They're looking to invest in HALEU. So LEU was one stock that I have been in and out of, and since March of last year. I got in under $5, and that stock ran like crazy. Unfortunately, I don't still have it yet, but But I'm looking, you know, looking at stocks like that. There's other stocks possibly coming in the nuclear sector for the reactor side. You know, Rolls-Royce was one that I've covered, that I've been in, and I think it's very positive. You know, the world's really looking to push towards these carbon neutrality goals, and uranium is going to do a massive run in 2022. We're still up 30-something% in spot in the last few months. So if, you know, people are very negative about it, I just don't understand. Like, we were in a 10-year bear market, spot price ran this much and it's still up. Uranium stocks are still up. If you see here, uranium stocks are literally, since spot, majority of these are up 100 to 250% in some of these, you know. So since spot, 223% for Elevate. A lot of the stocks out of pretty much these are the ones out of Africa, Australia. They're mining in Africa, a lot of the highest ones, and those are the ones that are up, you know, pretty much still holding a lot of their gains. So those are the ones that are still on my radar. A lot of positive news from those as well. We'll cover those in the next video.